Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Michelle. I know you can't see my face today, but that's because I'm trying something new. I wanted to do a tarot reading for the new moon, and this is going to be a new moon in love reading. Now, I understand the new moon in Leo is already passed, but it got super hectic around my house, and I just did not have time to film this. I tried and tried, and I didn't feel inspired either, so I feel inspired today, so we're going to go ahead and do it today. It still should resonate as the week isn't over, so it's still okay. But yeah, this is going to be a general love reading for whomever the title resonated with. If the whole message resonates with you, awesome. Whatever doesn't, just let it go. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be good. But before we get into the love reading, I wanted to show you guys my new crystal. Now, this is apophyllite and stilbite. And it's really cool because these are not, you can, usually these are separate. You can buy them separately, but I found one that was together. I can't get it to focus on that very well. But it's really cool. It's a really awesome crystal. I've been meditating with it. And it's really awesome. But it's so great that I went out and bought some so that I could give you guys a chance to buy some. I've started selling crystals, and so I did buy some stilbite and some apophyllite. So let me tell you about the apophyllite first, okay? So this is the apophyllite. You may not be able to see it very well on this camera, but I'll be posting this on my Insta stories or my Instagram. What day is this? This is Wednesday, so maybe this weekend. If not, it'll be next weekend. But this is apophyllite, and you'll get to see it better on my Instagram. I'll link my Instagram to in the description box below. But I'll lay it here where you can see, and this is what the bottom looks like. It stands really well. It's like a really good piece to just stand, even if you don't like believe in crystal healing properties or what they do. It's still a really beautiful piece. But like I said, I'll have that on my Insta story, but I want to tell you about apophyllite. So apophyllite assists in letting go of issues that no longer serve you. And it also allows you to help forgive people and so that you can heal. And it also balances out emotions with a gentle, loving energy. It really does have a gentle energy. Now, I haven't got to meditate with this one yet because they just came in. But I meditate with my apophyllite all the time. See, mine's bigger. See, it's got the bigger one. But anyway, it's got a really loving energy, and it enhances spiritual growth and cleanses and balances the heart chakra. I do a lot of heart chakra work because I like to align with the vibrational frequency of love. You got to keep your heart open. You got to keep the blocks unblocked. And, and these to me help me do that. But it brings clarity to decisions and solutions of the heart by allowing the holder to see all sides of the issue. So, and without, adding fear or ego to the issue. It's really cool that way. It also opens a psychic channel if you guys are into that. But that's the apophyllite. And like I said, I'll be posting that on my Instagram. Now, the stilbite. I have 2 pieces of stilbite. Now, I would recommend that you buy the apophyllite and stilbite together because they're pretty awesome and they work well together. And I know that because I have one. So this one, here's the stilbite in mine. It goes across, and you can see they're very similar. Oh, sorry, you're over there. But anyway, so stilbite, and this is also stilbite, and this one's a peach color, and this is kind of a beige color. This peachy one is so beautiful. I wish I could show you on camera how pretty they are. But this one's really cool. It would look really awesome on a bookshelf. Look at the back of it. It's just really nice. I almost want to keep this one for myself, honestly. But let me tell you about the stilbite. So the stilbite is it's a stone that opens intuition, and it has a loving, supportive vibration. It opens and heals the heart chakra, of course. Most of my crystals do. If you're into astral travel, I heard that it helps with that. I have not gotten into that yet, but it also helps in understanding the Akashic records, which I'm really interested in learning more about. But it aids in calming and overwhelm of task. It strips away layers of protection that allow you to be yourself. So it helps you be more of yourself by, stripping away those layers that are not you, that you use for protection, like mask and just boundaries. I don't know, just you put that in there. But it gets rid of self-destructive tendencies, and it helps you discard self-sabotaging patterns. And also read that it brings in wealth and abundance. Now I use what do I use? I use citrine for wealth and abundance. I don't have it on my desk over here. It's over on my dresser. But if you guys are interested in those, I'll post all those in my Insta story or on my Instagram this week. This weekend, I think I'm going to have a sale on Saturday if you guys want to come. But anyway, let's get into your reading. Enough of me trying to sell you stuff. But I just wanted to, just see if anybody was interested, and you can go over to the description box below to find my Instagram. All right, so let's get started with your love reading. Like I said, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if it does, awesome. Okay, so the first card that came out in the reading today is the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups represents celebration, friendship, spending time with close friends, enjoying your freedom and having fun. Maybe you're going on dates, or you're being flirtatious, or you're just keeping options open in a relationship. I have no clue, but you would know. You could just be enjoying good times with your family or close friends, or just enjoying people's company. We will see if this means something else. It has a negative meaning sometimes, and that is that there may be too many people in a relationship, but we'll see as the reading goes if I can add that. All right, the next card you got was the Star card, a wish. This is a wish that you have wanted that's coming your way. So the Star card comes after the Tower. It comes after like a crumbling. And so now you're getting the wish after the crumble. And the thing about the Star card is this maiden right here, she's naked. And when you're naked, you're vulnerable. So she's being vulnerable and open, and nothing is being held back. You see the two gourds full of water? She's pouring both gourds one onto the ground and one into the water. And so she's leaving nothing back. She's just like out there, vulnerable, being herself. This card also talks about the star, and the star represents hope and peace and positivity. This is also a card of renewal. It can mean communication, new opportunities. But it also, what I like to look at it as for this reading, in a love reading, is it gives you permission to be yourself and to enjoy the moment. But yeah, that's what I have for that card. Okay, the next one that came out was the Moon in reverse. Now, the Moon, when it's in reverse, it talks about releasing fear and repressed emotions and using your intuition, okay? So if we look at it upright, I can show you that there's a pool here, much like the pool in the Star card, and it represents the subconscious mind, okay? And so let me get it on camera. That would be nice. The subconscious mind, which always has, repressed emotions. It also can represent our intuition. So every time the Moon card comes up in reverse, I think about that. Now, the Moon right here has stirred up this little crayfish right here. And the crayfish is coming out of the subconscious. This is like our primitive parts of our brain, like our fears. But it also could be like our wild side. And like I said, it's in reverse. So you might be fighting your wild side or fighting your fears. Either one it's good. Don't fight your wild side, honestly, because if we deny our wild sides and we deny who we are and we don't accept ourselves completely, then that can cause problems in life. So you want to kind of be, open and genuine and naked, like the Star Maiden over here. Not literally, don't go run around naked, but I'm talking about, authentic, open, not filtering yourself in your relationship, because this is a love reading. So it's talking about being naked with your significant other, as far as being vulnerable, not just being yourself. If you got a wild side, let it come out. If you have fear, fight the fears, replace fear with love. But if we can accept our most primitive parts, like this crayfish right here, then that is the biggest form of love. But it'll also we'll find peace, honestly, in a relationship if we can be ourselves 100%, not hold back, just give with an open heart, and use your intuition when it comes to this as well. Alrighty, the next card I got was the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands talks about progress, expansion, opening yourself up to new opportunities and new environments. See, it looks like he's standing on a hill and he's, waiting for his ships to come in. So he's looking off in the distance. But this can also talk about the bringing together of two minds. The bringing together of two minds to create something new. So you could say that these two wands right here could represent two different people's minds, and then it creates a third thing, which is going to be like something new, like a positive sign for the future. So like maybe a plan for the future. So this is a good card. It's also a 3. We have 2 3s here, so it could mean that there's more people in a relationship that need to be. Only you would know that. That's not for everyone. That's just for some people. All right, the next one is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles talks about investment and in the long-term view. It talks about new beginnings, and if you notice, it's like sorry, I don't have it on camera. I got to get better at this. Okay. But when you're planting a garden, this is his harvest, right? So he's planted this garden, and I'm sure when he first planted these seeds, he didn't see anything coming up. Sometimes we can work really hard on our garden, and we can work really hard in our relationship, and we don't see any of our fruit coming to fruition. So sometimes it talks about, this is talking about looking at the long view, working towards the long-term view. Now, it takes a long time for things to grow and for things to pop up out of a garden. And so you have to see the potential in all the work you're putting in without seeing the fruit, right? So it may take a while to see the seed sprout up. Maybe this is a relationship that you've been trying to work on, and it's just not coming to fruition like you want it to. But, just keep the long-term view. Sometimes things don't move along as fast as we want them to. And they shouldn't if you're trying to build a long-term relationship anyway. It's going to take a while to build that. And sometimes years and years, But that's the way it is when you build anything long-term. It takes a while for things to get started. So don't lose hope. You're just waiting on that long-term. And it's a little slower than the short-term interactions with relationships. All right, and the next card is the World. Now, this card is a card of completion or integration or accomplishment, and it also talks about travel and even birthing something new. Maybe you feel like you're birthing something new. But this relationship has come full circle. You may be feeling a sense of closure, or you may be feeling a sense of accomplishment. Either you can take it either way, just apply it to your life. But if you're not quite there yet for closure or accomplishment, you're about to be. She's looking back. She's looking back at all the progress she's made. Look at this. Of all the progress she's made, sorry. I'll get this right. But look at all that. She's looking back. It took a long time for this to come to fruition, but she's looking back at all the progress she's made. See? She's looking over her shoulder. And she's looking how far she's come. And if you're not to this, if you don't have closure, or you're not at this accomplishment yet, you're about to be, and if you want to close it up, you just need to tie up some loose ends in order to go to this new beginning. So this new beginning can emerge, because this is also a card of new beginnings. Maybe the right match is coming to your life, or maybe a relationship is coming to an end, or it could be that you're just leveling up a relationship. It could be a partnership. Maybe you've been dating and now you're going to be boyfriend girlfriend, or maybe you're boyfriend girlfriend for a while. You're going to be engaged, or maybe you're engaged and now finally you're going to start planning the wedding. There's going to be some form of level up. It also could be, letting go of a relationship as well. But it's closure or accomplishment. You can put that where you want to put that. But the Six of Swords in reverse is behind that. And this does talk about transition. But not only that, when it's in reverse, it talks about resistance to change. So maybe that talks about tying up some loose ends, or letting some things go, or, popping the question, whatever that meant for that world card right there. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of resistance to change, or you feel like there's some unfinished business. Maybe you're leaving behind a relationship, or a certain belief, or a behavior pattern in your romantic life that's just no longer serving you. But this is definitely a card of resisting and discomfort. But I want to encourage you to push beyond your comfort zone and put yourself in the discomfort, because the discomfort is, that equals growth. Duh, see, the long-term growth. It equals growth and expansion and moving forward and heading towards a better future. And, the hardest times in my life, the hardest decisions I had to make in life, I had so much fear before I made those decisions. And I used to think that fear was a sign that I didn't need to make that decision. I needed to wait, or that I was making the wrong decision because I felt so much fear. But what I've come to learn in my 39 years of being on this earth is that when I feel fear, that's a sign that I just need to push through that fear and get on the other side of it. And so I will make the decision no matter how scared I am, and no matter how afraid and how much pain I'm going to feel. And I always come out the other end triumphant and so happy that I made the decision. Yes, it was rough. Yes, it was challenging. Yes, people cried, but people healed too. And it was so much better on the other side. And there was happiness on the other side. So I encourage you to let go of the resistance. Okay, so this is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords talks about the mind, and this is just your inner thinking, okay? So maybe you're rethinking a relationship or a situation. Maybe you're rethinking, or you're thinking about what you might want to do in this relationship, which really does go along with these if you haven't gotten closure or anything like that. But yeah, this may be you rethinking a relationship. The Wheel of Fortune. Hold on, guys. My monitor cut off, as always. Okay. So, all right. Where were we? The Wheel of Fortune. So this is a card of good luck and good karma and destiny. And this is a turning point. So once you get past this resistance and you start thinking clearly, you're going to hit a turning point. And things are going to get super good for you. Good luck, good karma, turning point. This is a wheel. And the Wheel of Fortune's always turning. But be careful, there's a snake over here. There's some sort of snake in here that's holding you back from this wheel turning. So get rid of that snake. If that's a relationship, if that's a person who's trying to help you make decisions in life that is just no longer serving you, that'll help you get this wheel moving again so that you can close out one cycle and start a new one. All right. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about maybe a lost opportunity or lack of planning. So maybe you're afraid that you may lose this person if you don't make a decision, or you may feel like that this person, you be taking a risk if you give this person a offer of love, a solid offer. Pentacles are solid. That's material. That's money. That's wealth. That's that's houses. That's long-term stuff. But it's new. It's a new idea. It's not coming to fruition yet. They're thinking about it. But lack of planning, it could be Yeah, maybe you're just like, you see how the money looks like it's going to fall out of his hands? Maybe you feel like you're taking a risk, but that's the way it feels when you're making these big decisions in life. Honestly, they are risky. And remember the resistance card, it's so scary. And you have to gamble sometimes on life. And every time I've gambled, I've been a winner. I haven't lost yet. But then you have the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups, maybe you think you'll take a risk, or this is a maybe you'll lose this opportunity, and if you do, it will lead to the 5 of Cups, which is sadness and grief and a loss. So be careful that you're not missing out on an opportunity, and be careful that you don't take a risk, because you're going to fall into this 5 of Cups and be sad if you don't. And then the 9 of Pentacles in reverse talks about your self-worth. So maybe you need to, maybe sometimes we don't think we're good enough for a person, or we think that we don't have what it takes, or we just don't line up, or we don't line up with their standard of what we need to be. But just work on your self-worth a little bit. You are worth it, and you do hold value, and you are enough. But invest in yourself, start working out, practice self-love, accepting yourself. You could feel that you work too much too, and you won't have enough, you don't have enough time to give them the proper attention they need. It could mean that as well. But just talk with your mate about expectations, and figure out how you can make room for a relationship if that's you, and if that's what you want. Okay. I hope I can get this card. Justice. All right. This is decision time. You have all the info that you need to make this decision. It also talks about the legal system. This could mean divorce. It could mean marriage. It could mean anything like that, because that's what this card represents. It's also marriage or divorce. But you have all the information you need in order to make this decision, and it's time to make one. And then you have the 5 of Wands. So in the 5 of Wands, you have a lot of people, and they have all these wands, and they're putting in. So basically, this looks like there's too many people putting in their opinions, helping you make this decision. Okay, so there's way too many people in this decision, and you're going to have to make this decision alone by yourself. So remember, the Justice card was the decision. Too many people's opinions, asking too many people what they think. Ultimately, this is your life, okay? And you're going to have to live this life. Your friends aren't going to have to live it. Your mama and daddy aren't going to have to live it. This is your life, and you have to live with your decisions. So this, in relationship, whether it's a divorce, marriage, or just decision time in general, starting a new relationship, whatever this is, you need to make this decision on your own. Use your intuition, follow your happiness, follow what lights you up. Look at your values, see if everything's in alignment. Okay. Because when, we can follow the advice of people that we think are wise and know what they're talking about, but ultimately we're going to have to live with that decision, not them. So you be the one to make that choice. And then lastly, I pulled some cards for the advice. And the Judgment card came up, the Death card in reverse, and also the 2 of Cups in reverse. So the Judgment card in reverse talks about you're ignoring the call. You're ignoring what you know you want, and you're resisting it. And the Death is talking about something that you need to put to bed. And I think it's this relationship right here, the 2 of Cups. Maybe something, maybe there's that third party we were talking about with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Maybe there's a third party involved, and you need to drop that one in order for this new one to come in and this new cycle to start. Maybe it's that. Because the World card talks about the squeeze, and sometimes, it's hard, doing stuff like that. You can feel like this is also a card of childbirth, And it can feel very hard when you're birthing something new into this reality, especially when you have to leave something behind that's no longer serving you, the death card. Purging things, inner purging. But yeah, something's not in alignment with the relationship. But you'll know. Excuse me. I ate an orange and now it's trying to come back up, I think. But I wanted to close off the reading with some oracle cards. And the first card you got was Share Your Voice. Now, when this looks like with the two of minds meeting to create something new about the future, the Three of Cups, with the being with friends or talking, having fun, all this stuff. You just share your voice and be authentic, be open and vulnerable. Don't be scared to say what you want to say. Come out of the cave and don't worry about persecution and just express yourself and say what you want to say. Be open, be honest. That's what we need to be in relationships. Relationships cannot work without communication and understanding of the other person. All right, big picture thinking was the next one. And, this is like that long-term view right here with the Seven of Pentacles. Let's, scroll back and let's look at the big picture, not short term. Let's look at these long-term goals and this long-term vision that you're trying to create. And, share your voice about it. Talk about it. What do you want? What does that look like? What is your vision? Two people coming together will need to have some sort of vision of what the future is going to be. Like, how is this going to work? Finances, kids, if they're involved. What else? How this relationship works. You can create any type of relationship you want to create. You don't have to have the same relationship that your mom and dad grew up with. Everybody can create the relationship that they feel comfortable with. And this is just big picture thinking, and only you and your significant other can sit down and talk about that and hash that out. And the last one is the ever unfolding rose. Now, this is when you're cracked open. And sometimes when we're being vulnerable and we're sharing our voice and our vision, we can feel cracked open. Sometimes there's tears, and sometimes there can be some strong communication. But all these things can be stressful, but it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. The world needs you cracked open. Your relationship needs you cracked open. Your significant other needs you cracked open. They need to see who you are, your authentic self. They need to know what's in that subconscious mind that you're keeping underneath these waters right here and here. What's in this water? Tell them. What's in your subconscious mind? What are you holding back about? What are you keeping secret? What kind of illusions are you casting? Take your mask off. Let's be vulnerable. This is a really good reading for being yourself, and, it's kind of intense. There's a lot of beginnings and endings. It's decision time. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you resonated with this reading at all. And I hope you liked it. Go down below, and if you want a personal reading, I will link my email below where you can email me. I'll eventually get a link up where you can book that session. If you want a love reading, I would be happy to do one. And if you're interested in the crystals, just go to the Instagram below, and I'll be posting in my Insta stories information about that. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.